Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a mastery empowerment course for your empowered mastery. And today, this is a very special session, a very sacred session. This is the New Earth Embodiment, Coronation, Christ Consciousness. And my guests today and teachers of this course are Merissa Marcucula and Christopher Parnell. You will experience a beautiful sonic experience, a sonic session as we learn from this expression of love in this Mastery Empowerment course. Let's welcome by phone today, Merissa and Christopher. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Aloha. Thank you, Loren. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Bless you. We're so happy to be here with you today.
Yeah, so grateful to be here. Well, yeah, apologize for any technical issues here. Wasn't how we intended, but getting set up here, learning.
Well, this is our new world and we adapt. We absolutely know that we adapt. So yes, it is well worth the wait. So we are looking forward to this. So thank you both as we are in this space and coming in and welcoming everyone in. Merissa, can you give an overview of what this is about, especially on this beautiful day, the Resurrection Day, beautiful resurrection energies this entire month since the equinox coming up on Easter, and it is Good Friday. So share with us that and then begin. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Loren. So thank you so much, everyone, and welcome. Happy Aloha Friday. Happy Good Friday. It is good to be. It is good to be together. And today, the purpose of this is to share embodiment practices for all of us to retain a heightened sense of beingness, interconnectedness, higher frequencies of self and love. And this is what I'm seeing as the resurrection codes. So we're taking this narrative, traditional narrative of Christianity, and we're adding many dimensional layers to this, expanding our beingness, our consciousness, our potential. And so we celebrate together today the resurrection of consciousness together as one family, as humanity. This is the resurrection of the human spirit. Today it is the 10th of April. And we're looking at the numerology today of the 10 as the beginning and the ending. So we are definitely closing an old cycle and beginning a new one. And this is a very ripe time with a lot of energy and a lot of potential. And our intention today is to provide a sense of empowerment and stability and a greater sense of self during these times so that we can be creators and really step into that role of conscious creation. So without further ado, we're going to keep going here. I wanted Christopher to talk a little bit with you all about the sound healing and what he has to share here. He's also a keeper of the trees, and he just has so much to share through his own expression of his own source consciousness. So I'm going to hand the phone over to Christopher for a minute.
Hi, welcome. I'm Christopher Parnell. I've been offering sound for the last 7 years, and was just so deeply moved by the didgeridoo when I first came in contact with it, and started the next day, started crafting many different types of didgeridoos, and it's said to be, if you aren't familiar with the didgeridoo, it's said to be the oldest instrument out of Australia, and the Mayans used it as well. Over there they call it the Mayan trumpet. And it produces really deep vibrations that really assist us with really shedding everything that we aren't, everything that we're holding on to. It said we hold our issues in our tissues. So the vibration, especially when you feel it in person, you can really see how it's shaking loose everything that we aren't, so we can fully come and relax into our true beingness. So yeah, so passionate to share the didgeridoo. It's going to be a little different through the phone today. Yeah, so, and it's in C. got a bowl and C as well, and it's a root chakra tuning. So really, really helpful for grounding in these times and really relaxing our root chakra, or our which can be connected to our fight or flight. So really assisting and grounding and calming any fears that we may have in these times. So grateful to offer this up. Website is thriveinspirit.com, and look forward to being connected with you and hosting here.
Awesome. I just want to say as well that we did a little sound test of the didgeridoo, and even though it's over the phone, the richness of it is coming through and we can feel it. And in these times that we adapt to, we know that there are no accidents and there are no mistakes. And so when we hear the didge coming through the phone in that vibration, it will add a texture for us in this now moment. And so allow that to bring us even more deeper into our center and into that root chakra. Thank you, Christopher. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So without further ado, everyone, we want to invite you. Let's all start to come together now. And Christopher's actually going to play. We're going to do a little soundscape here to kind of merge together and come together into this beautiful space that we're co-creating together. And so without further ado, here we go. All right, everybody. I hope you felt that resonate through every cell of your being. I'm just like smiling so wide from that. I'm like, my face is cramping. And the idea is let's have a sound bath together. Let's come into these beautiful resonant frequencies of harmony and unity consciousness with one another. And the intention today, as we go through this beautiful ceremony space, if you will, together, is it will ride the frequencies of the sound, and they will take our creations higher. So I want to get into a little bit of a discussion here, and then we're going to actually go into a heart activation meditation, which will be facilitated by sound. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the energies that we are being presented with right now. So a lot of us way showers have been sensing and feeling this ability, this invitation of a resurrection of our identity, of our consciousness, of our human spirit. And we are really being presented right now with the opportunity to release the old, what no longer serves us, to start to address and discern, to sort through and sift through old limiting belief systems, fear. A lot of these older programs are really taking a predominant place in our consciousness right now. So this is a very powerful opportunity for us to embrace or to birth our new, our ideal reality. We cannot deny right now that we are in the midst of a grand global reset. And this is an opportunity for all of us to choose our experience, to mindfully choose our behavior, to come from a greater place, a larger place than fear. And we're doing this, with practicality, of course, with mindfulness and consideration for all other people and what they're going through and how they are interpreting these events. Our intention is to provide empowerment and peace in these times so that we can transcend fear or anything where we feel small or unempowered. And so where I'm coming from with this being a New Earth embodiment practice, this is the first one we're offering. We're going to be offering many of these, but an embodiment practice is starting to take a new perspective right now in your perception of your beingness and your capability. And what do we have control or power over right now is our responses to things and choosing how we respond, how we behave, and starting to come from a larger place. So with these frequencies here, we have the ability to tune into nature. And in particular, the instruments that we are working with today, you could say they are the voices of Gaia. The didgeridoo is coming through a beautiful tree, and then we have the crystal bowls. These are organic frequencies. These are true frequencies. And so one of the things that I always want to remind people of these times is we can choose how we interpret what we experience and what we choose to focus on. And so it's really powerful right now at this time to tune into nature as much as we possibly can to reawaken our connection to one another and to the planet and to this greater sense of beingness. So as we all know, we've been observing, we've been inundated. There is one negative narrative right now, and it is kind of a large one to say the least. But we also have to acknowledge that there are many narratives right now, many ways to perceive. There's a lot more creative narratives to choose. And through that, love is our superpower. And it is something that we can learn to trust and to expand. And so with this embodiment experience now, this new earth, is as we mindfully go about our days and we're navigating the shifts and the changes, we can choose how to respond, how to become a leader in our community, whether it's in our household, whether we're out and about doing errands and any of the essential errands that we need to do. Any human interactions right now, whether in person or in the virtual, are very powerful opportunities for us to begin to act and respond from a higher place of mastery. And so for me, this is what embodiment is. This is embodiment of our new earth identity. A lot of the old systems are, as we see them, they're really shifting and changing, and we're not sure what is reliable. We're not sure what the next step is. But what we are sure of is our own empowerment, our own ability to stand strong and to be a leader and lead by example in our behavior and how we process and all of these things. So one of the things that we want to remind you is that while there is the fear narrative, it does exist. We acknowledge it, but we can also choose to witness it and to respond with, practical means and respectful of everyone involved in every situation. But we also can remember that there is a greater narrative that is vast, and it is the immense love, abundance, and the divinity within, and that through this awareness, there is great support. Love is our superpower, and so we invite you to trust it and to let it grow within you. And so with this, there's this beautiful concept, the indigenous people of Australia called the dream time. And it's a very conscious space where all of us take the time to consciously create together, whether alone in meditation or I know a lot of us are isolated right now, but we can still be together in unity through platforms such as this or digitally. But when I started to look at the power of the dream time as a conscious creation, what came through to me was the notion of the dream weave, which is where we are mindfully unifying our intentions and our hearts together, our dreams and our prayers for the highest outcome that we would desire for humanity, and really starting to think about and ponder and use our imaginations to consider, wow, what would a society that put humanity first look like? How would our global human experience shift in positive ways? And using our imaginations in tandem with our hearts is a powerful way to contribute to what I call the dream weave, which is a collective unified container. And that's our intention today, to come together and to embody the new earth through our actions and our commitment to self-mastery, our commitment to self-love and compassion and generosity, and also our commitment to listening to our higher self, the deep, still voice inside. So with that, we're going to prepare now to do a beautiful heart activation meditation, and we're going to do it with some sound. So bear with us because we have the one speaker on the cell phone here. It's a little crazy, but can't stop, won't stop.
And so I'm just going to give you a quick little tip there, advice.
Yes, please.
Move away from the phone. Yeah, try that.
Okay.
Cool. I love it. Thank you. I love this. And I have to just say, love is our superpower. Awesome.
Woo!
Yay. Yay.
And so another thing I wanted to say, let's start to build our energy. Let's start to come now. We're here together. We're so blessed to be here together. And whether you're here live with us, and for those who will listen on the replay, this energy is here for you. This great love is you, and it is here for you. And I want to say, let's light up. Let's light up the collective. Let's begin to shine. Remember, many of us who participated in the 444 global meditation, when we get together like this and we put our intentions together, this is again engaging with one another mindfully through the heart space into the dream weave. We can literally measure and view the results of our conscious intention and the power of our hearts and the power of our love through the Schumann resonance. So our love and conscious intention is just so very powerful. And I want to encourage us, let's remember on a daily basis, let's check in and let's use our mind and our thoughts responsibly with loving service for ourselves, our communities and families, for our beloved planet Gaia, and all of creation. So that being said, everybody, we're going to light it up even more. Let's amp it up. We're going to amp up ourselves and one another and the grids where we live all over our beautiful planet. And so I want to invite you now to please turn on your Reiki. Start to tune in. Turn on your energies. Let's invite our beloved ancestors, the masters, the holy saints, our Heavenly Mother and Heavenly Father, all of the highest light, to be here with us as we are one family, as humanity rising together in love. So I want to invite you now to open your heart, open your fields, open your ascension column, open the chakras in your hands. And you can feel this beautiful collective weave that we have going on here. It's just absolutely yummy. And let's place your hands on your heart. And let's start to take some nice deep breaths here. So we're in the body, we're in the heart, and we're also feeling this beautiful energy all around us. Let's take a few breaths here. And let's do a little bit of chest openings. You can leave your hands on your heart, but let's bring our attention to the rib cage and kind of really starting to expand our chest by rolling your shoulders backwards and downwards, opening wide across the collarbone. Inhaling deeply into the heart center and seeing a radiant diamond seed of light at the center of your chest, glowing a radiant, golden, crystalline light shining forth from your soul. And take a few breaths here and see that beautiful seed. And I want to invite you, we're going to do a really beautiful, powerful mudra. So you can leave your hands on your heart if you wish to connect, or we could do the lotus mudra. And what you do is you spread your fingers wide apart and place the base of your palms together, and your thumbs and your pinky fingers are touching, they're merging, and you're making like a big, kind of like a bulbous, beautiful lotus flower with your hands as best you can. And we're going to put that at the heart center. And your fingers are facing upwards, palms are facing upwards, making this beautiful flower. Your heart is a beautiful flower. And let's proceed to the unified heart chakra meditation here. So we're going to breathe light into your heart and expand it on the exhale. So you breathe in, and on the exhale, see that light grow from a seed to a beautiful bright light radiating out from your heart space. Inhale again. Exhale, see that beautiful light grow until it's larger than your whole body. Again, it's golden, diamond, crystalline light radiating. Inhale again and keep expanding. So on each exhale, we're going to expand that light wider and wider. So now it's filling up the entire room where you are. And inhale again, and we're going to expand it to now encompass your entire house or office, wherever you are. And now we're going to expand. Inhale, exhale, expand that light from the heart now out onto your entire street where you are. And now we're going to expand it out to your entire city or town. Whether you're in a city or you're in the suburbs or a rural environment, just expand like you're looking at a map. And inhale and expand that light even wider to include your entire county, and then your state, and then your country, and then the continent where you are right now on the grid, lighting up that grid. Inhale and exhale that beautiful light now to the entire hemisphere of the planet where you are right now. And now we're going to radiate that beautiful golden diamond light to the entire planet, to all of Gaia. We see ourselves so expanded and beautiful from our soul space. And now we're going to radiate our light on that next exhale out into space, beyond the planet, into our beautiful galaxy, radiating golden diamond light from your heart center out into space. And just listen to the frequencies of sound as you expand, breathe, stay expanded. All right, everybody. I hope you got to really ride the spirals of sound there. Start to bring your awareness back into the immediate now moment. Coming back into your body if you went out into the far reaches of the galaxy, which is what I was hoping you would get to do. Bring your focus back now to your body, to your heart, in the room. And I want to go a little bit more into embodiment. Now, what is it? For myself personally, the isolation has enabled me to connect more deeply, really out of force, to be honest, because there have been a lot less distractions, to start to bring my awareness more to my own body on even deeper levels than I had known possible. And so embodiment is really starting to bring our awareness into our body, merging the spirit with the vessel. And also starting to understand the infinite capacity of our physicality and how divine it really is. Embodiment is starting to see, even just starting with our own physical body, the miracles that we are, and that miracles are actually a norm. We start to now, with more time on our hands, be able to shift our focus from the things we used to focus on to being here in the now moment, being here with one another and feeling our body. I think many of us were so cerebral before. And I know it definitely took me the first several decades of my life to really be in my body and to start to understand it and to appreciate it. I really pushed it and worked it very hard. So the embodiment process here is many levels, but you'll see the parallels between our own individual embodiment process and that of it really from there expanding out into the presence process. So beyond just ourselves, but also our families and our loved ones and our spouses, our communities, strangers on the street. When we're more present within, we become more present with one another, and that expands to being more present with Gaia and the larger global community and humanity. And we become more connected and start to experience this incredible interconnection and really begin to truly embody. And what I mean by that is to truly understand, to viscerally understand through a tangible connection, our interconnection, our connection to everything. And so how this is a beautiful embodiment practice for New Earth is, we're coming home. For many of us, this is the first time coming home in this life. And it's such a beautiful opportunity to reprioritize our focus and what's important and what is a priority now. And of course, also with all of that, we have the consistent opportunity on a daily basis to decide where to place our focus, what would be the most productive or what would be the most useful or serving, all involved, keeping us calm and in the now moment. So that's embodiment. It's our invitation now. This is an initiation now for self-mastery on all levels through exhibiting and sharing and doing our best to come from a place of loving kindness, mindfulness, consideration for others, a conscious focus on how powerful we are. And we start to see these like ripple effects of our actions and our words and our focus and what they create. So this is an incredibly beautiful time for creation and to really start to embody and to understand how powerful we are as creators. And that's really the focus for today that we wanted to share. So excited to share with you all is your power and your beauty. And our role, and many of us, our role is to remind one another and ourselves. We need reminders too of who we are and why we're here. And this is New Earth embodiment. When we come into unity consciousness through our own unique experience. And each one of us stepping up affects the whole. And it's just really beautiful and powerful. This is choosing what to create in our lives. And so this is where the coronation aspect of this ceremony we're doing together, this meditation activation, is that once you start to understand through your embodiment how powerful you are, there becomes a sense of great responsibility in a beautiful way. Not in a way that feels taxing or depleting, but a way that is magical and full of surprises and co-creative. It's a holographic. So we're like stepping up into the holographic universe as active participants here. And this is where the coronation comes in, because you start to understand cognitively and in your body and in a spiritual sense the interconnectivity and your own empowerment. And that really expands your crown. And so I want to invite you guys to think about what your crown looks like. It could be beechwood, twigs and moss you'd find in a beautiful forest. It could be as ornate as you want, but to really consider the power, the metaphorical power, etherically, of imagining your crown right now on your head. And that for your children and your family and friends and all those you know and love and care about. And those you don't know yet, all of humanity. This is a beautiful opportunity for us to rebirth ourselves and to say yes and step up to it's a sacrament, a holy obligation, but not like what we used to think of with these words, because it's so beautiful and empowering, and everyone has something to contribute. So imagine this is your divine rebirth, and you can choose to do this every single day. It's not just once. And so think about your crown chakra, beautiful crown of your head. You even feel the top of your head, feel your fontanelle where all of the plates of your skull bones come together. It's just incredible. So we're coming into, the new human, the divine human. And we are New Earth. So as we come into embodiment, we are New Earth. We are the earth in our own body. We're connected to Gaia. We are her and she is us. And maybe this self-awareness is enough each day to remember. And now I'd like to invite everybody, after you've taken a moment to visualize what this looks like and feels like, we're going to tone together. And then I have some decrees that I wrote that we could say aloud. And this is to activate the throat chakra. We've worked with the heart chakra through the unified heart meditation. And now I want to invite everyone to open and work with their throat chakra now through claiming very powerful words and aspects of being here. And what this does is this actually provides a portal or an access point to our higher heart chakra, the sacred heart, which is at our thymus. So you have to open the heart first to start to embrace the real, true you and what is true for you. It's a completely unique experience. And then when you're comfortable to start talking about it, expressing it through the throat, then that opens the next portal, which is the higher heart, which will enable you to activate and receive even higher insight and more connection with your guidance in your soul and more unity consciousness. So I have a mantra here. It's a Sanskrit mantra, Hari Om. And Hari Om means to renounce and be relieved of all suffering, blocks, or smallness. So I want to really elaborate the pronunciation of each of the seed syllables here, because each sound is very powerful. The vibration, as you know, we're working with vibration today. This is a new earth embodiment technology working with vibration, whether it's instruments like the ones we're listening to today or the instrument of your own voice. So I want you to elaborate the pronunciation of each seed syllable and see the frequencies of each sound resonate through your entire being. And so the mantra is Hari Om, and we say Ha Ri Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. And as we do this, can envision all this beautiful expansion and opening for ourselves and all of creation and for Gaia. So what we do for ourselves, we do for others. And this is bringing in that mastery again, that conscious awareness of the interconnectivity of our actions and the karma resulting from our actions. And now I have some beautiful affirmations for us, some divine decrees. So I'm going to do my best to say them slowly so we can repeat. If you can, or if you feel called to, repeat after me or after us. Take a deep breath. Okay, take another deep breath in. Okay, here we go, guys. I am the I am.
I am the I am.
I am that.
I am that.
I am all that was, is, or will be.
I am all that is, was, or will be.
I am unified in my heart of hearts.
I am unified in my heart of hearts.
Within the divine threefold flame.
Within the divine threefold flame.
Of the Christos Sophia.
Of the Christos Sophia.
I am an angelic being.
I am an angelic being.
Of Christed love, purity, joy, and ease. I invoke and command.
I invoke and command.
My Christed angelic.
My Christed angelic.
I am present.
I am present.
To light up my life.
To light up my life.
Open through my fields.
Open through my field.
As we celebrate love, unity.
As we celebrate love, unity.
And the peace of being aligned.
And the peace of being aligned.
With soul guidance, knowledge, and wisdom.
With soul guidance, knowledge, wisdom.
I call upon the mighty Christ I am present.
I call upon the mighty I am Christ present.
Which I also am.
Which I also am.
I call this knowingness and pure love.
I call this knowingness and pure love.
Forth from deep within myself.
Deep from within myself.
To now show me the way of my destiny.
To now show me the way of my destiny.
This light and love opens my higher heart chakra.
This light and love opens my higher heart chakra.
Located between my heart chakra and throat chakra.
Located between my heart chakra and throat chakra.
At the thymus.
At the thymus.
So everyone take your fingers and tap, tap, tap where the collarbones meet. Tap, tap, tap right below that, maybe an inch or two below that right now. That's the thymus. Yeah, right where there's a bone protruding. That's a good way to find it. Thank you. So we're going to tap, tap, tap the thymus, open it up. Higher heart. Woo, here we go. These pure source.
These pure source.
Christed angelic codes.
Christed angelic codes.
Grant me access.
Grant me access.
To the flames of my sacred heart.
To the flames of my sacred heart.
I breathe the breath of life.
I breathe the breath of life.
A soul resurrected now.
A soul resurrected now.
Forth in the divinity.
Forth in the divinity.
And sacred magic of the human body.
And sacred magic of the human body.
Now I have access.
Now I have access.
To the portal of my higher.
To the portal of my higher.
Sacred heart.
Sacred heart.
Consciousness.
Consciousness.
Permanently.
Permanently.
Amen, everybody. Amen. So be it. So it is. It is good. We are so grateful. And one more, a few more lines. I really got into this, as you can tell. So fun. I commend this pure source, cosmic Christ.
I commend this pure source, cosmic Christ.
Consciousness.
Consciousness.
To pour through and radiate out.
To pour through and radiate out.
From me throughout all time and space.
From me throughout all time and space.
All of creation.
All of creation.
Throughout all dimensions and realities.
Throughout all dimensions and realities.
And parallel realities.
And parallel realities.
Ad infinitum.
Ad infinitum.
To the original point.
To the original point.
Of separation.
Of separation.
From my source.
From my source.
And now to the present moment.
And now to the present moment.
Amen, everybody. So be it. So it is. Okay, so you want to anchor that in with a little more sound? Is that okay?
Indeed.
So we're coming to the close. We wanted to seal this beautiful aspect of this course together today, this meditation, with some sound, so we can really just, this is, a lot, and it's beautiful and it's deep. So let's ground it in deep into ourselves and just let it ring true with these beautiful instruments. So we're going to have another little round here, so everyone get ready. All right, everyone. I hope that you feel as expanded as we do right now. And you can remember this expanded energy field that is you. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today with us, and for all you are and all you do and all you share. And thank you for bearing with us with the technical stuff. You should see the setup we have here. Christopher's got like 5 didgeridoos and then 2 bowls and a huge drum and all these cameras and mics. And yet we were still able to do this. So I'm so grateful. So grateful for you all.
Thank you so much, Merissa and Christopher. We were floating on the waves of sound there.
Excellent.
I trust everyone is expanded as well. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, bring up and we could talk after. But even with the technical difficulties, we do have it recorded, so I can hand that over to you and figure that out afterwards.
Don't you love it? I love that. Thank you, Christopher. You techie. Yay. We will make that available to everyone. And actually, we could probably just redo this and post it again so it's nice and fresh and clean. I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Loren.
Okay, so this was a beautiful session. We are feeling it. We welcome everyone back into our space. We have shifted our space and our world, and that is powerful. Thank you so much, Merissa. Thank you, Christopher.
Thank you.
Thank you, Loren, and thank you to everyone here, because we do this all together. You know, we're in this together. So we just keep lighting up together.
Yes, and so we have time for a few questions. If anyone on our YouTube channel or on our webpage wants to put in a question, we can take a few more. Let's go. After that one, I believe we may know the answers to questions that we may have posted before that sound ceremony. So if you have a question that's from this now moment, please go ahead and ask it. And we can get that presented to Merissa and Christopher. Okay, beautiful. So as we're doing that, I want to talk a little bit about Merissa's beautiful work on the planet. And I want to share that, like many of you, we are listening to the call of our heart more than ever. And Merissa has stepped up on a whole new level. And it is encouraging because I know you, anyone, and everyone listening to this program can hear that call of the heart. You are a new earth leader, and Merissa is one of them. And I honor you, Merissa. It's so beautiful to see you blossoming.
Well, thank you, Loren. I think with these times, we can't hide anymore. We can't hide anymore. It's like, oh my gosh, we all have so much to offer. And in a way, it's kind of funny, but us not being on camera today definitely did alleviate some nerves, I think. I can speak for myself, you know, with that, you know. but that's part of it is we all have so much to share just by who we are. And this goes out to everyone listening. You know, everyone has something to share, you know.
Yes, everyone has something to share. So I encourage everyone to start writing down when we are in this expanded state, go onward and write down what you have to share. I can say going through this, and Merissa, I know you too, and I know everyone who goes through this, not everyone, but a majority will say, what in the world do I have to offer? Or what is my story? What does my story of such grudge and darkness, what does that story have to offer? I can say that the sharing is your unique recipe of love and return to love. And so, wow, to see people sharing it, I cry because this is my truth. And so It empowers all of us because we know in these times it is New Earth being birthed here from this embodiment of love and
Yes.
being the master. And so during this time, the wisdom of people who share this information is now being heard in a new way by people who in the past may have rolled their eyes or
Mhm.
dismissed it. Do you see that? Do you sense that, Merissa? You're a mom.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I think we've all had so many roles and so many lives just in this one. And I could definitely say, I'm going to be 33 years old in a few weeks. And I feel like I've definitely had at least that many lives in this cycle, all the different things we've gone through. And I think that's part of this is there's a depth of our experience that keeps expanding if we're willing to allow it. And that's where the open heart comes in. It's that the ego doubting or being cynical versus the heart and what feels better and what feels right. It's going more with the feeling, instead of thinking too much anymore.
Yes. You
Mm-hmm.
just answered Francesca's question. Is it a choice between
Oh,
love or fear? Right? You
exactly.
did. Is
Yeah,
it a choice between love or fear, or can they coexist? Well, mm,
that's a great question. And I think that they both are here, definitely in our faces right now. And I think that it's sometimes a moment by moment, a breath by breath choice to choose which one is right for you. We can't speak for anyone other than ourselves, but I definitely can resonate with the fear and the contracted, feelings that come with that, and backed in a corner or feeling powerless or any of that. And I think many of us are awakening from that state where we've been there our whole lives. And the more we can say yes to the love, the more we can start to see and witness and observe and actually allow opportunities and beautiful things to happen. So if we remain open, that's how everything can come through versus contracted, and that's a choice for us as we continue to shed a lot of the old story and pain and identity.
yes. And so many patterns are being broken. And
Yeah.
that's how we create the new. And I love that. Saying yes to the love. And so,
Yeah.
when we see this ourselves in fear, I want to share for an example. We can choose to move in love, even though we may be
Mm-hmm.
doing something that may make us be fearful, like let's say wearing a mask. If we
Mm-hmm.
say we are covering our face to make others feel safe and protected, because
Mm-hmm.
we're keeping our stuff to ourselves, and maybe likewise, I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
that is an act of love. And remember,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, I think about Jesus all the time. Here we are with
Yeah.
the resurrection codes, and you,
Yeah.
my dear, turning 33 in a few weeks. That's
Yeah.
the Jesus number,
Yeah.
right? Jesus,
Yes.
33 as a master, and it's a master number.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Mm-hmm.
share on that, share your comments there.
With Jesus or sorry.
Oh, yes, just anyhow, I just I'm just wrapped up in all of this. It is saying yes to the love. And yeah,
And so, you could say Yeshua or Christ was a beautiful example of the avatar human, the fully
yeah,
realized 12D divine human. And that's what I'm so passionate about sharing with everyone because
yes.
we've all been through the darkness. We've all been through a lot of things, a lot of things. And we also, though, on that note, our soul signed up to be through so many things so that we could expand our hearts even wider and have more compassion and understanding for others as they awaken as well, and I think that
Mhm.
has a lot to do with this and with Easter, with the resurrection. It's a very powerful symbolic experience that I think we're going through right now while the cosmos is going through it, and it's pretty incredible. It's a holographic reality, Mm-hmm.
Yes, beautiful. All right. And so we are moving out of our head, and that's where fear and our trust in fear and worry
Yes.
resides.
Mm-hmm.
And we're moving into our hearts. And
Yes.
it's quite simple if we really surrender to that. And you helped us in this beautiful sound journey. And again, I want to share that we're going to put the beautiful sound recording that was recorded on site on this webpage. I think, Chris, if you're good with it, can we offer that as a download?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I can give you the audio file and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a gift. Perfect. Great.
And I wanted to share, like, you'll be hearing a lot more from Christopher too. I, like myself, I had to get myself out of hiding, out of the closet, out of the spiritual closet. And I joke that, you know, we're all coming out of the woodwork now, and Christopher's going to come out of the wood workshop now because he's creating these beautiful pieces. And I'm like, it's time to share this medicine, you know, so that's exciting.
Yes. And Christopher, you are technical. You've got the recording all set up. And so what a beautiful way to share.
Yeah, branching out online. Just a little short history. Got sober 11 years back. Went through a lot of addiction early on in my life, and so I've come full circle and been offering for 7 years, but for the last 2 years at rehabs. So I've been out offering a lot of sessions, assisting many and myself. But yeah, now it's time to fully step out online and set up to do it. Just from this, I've seen that need to move the Wi-Fi downstairs.
Hardwire it. I hardwired my computer. That's a tip, everyone listening. When you want to do Zoom calls, it requires the good old Ethernet. I want to say, Christopher, so on your journey through that recovery phase and coming back to who you are and your recognition of it and kicking your addiction to the side, the Didge was a healing tool for you. Did you find that? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and essentially you are the didgeridoo. So I don't know how well it comes across on the phone, but essentially this is what I'm doing with the circular breath.
The breath.
I don't know how well that translates, but essentially you are the didgeridoo. So with the breath, you're really moving your whole body, vibrating your whole body, your whole being, and it really takes you into quite a trance state and resets and regrids your system. And it's also said that a healthy being vibrates between, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's around 64 to 74 hertz. And so they've proven that to be, and the didgeridoo is actually resonating at that frequency. So it really assists with bringing us into that vibration that we were meant to be living within.
Meant to be there. Beautiful. That's where it was hard even for me to kind of even think or function after that, taking us a while to come back into our bodies, right? And formulating words. And so I just love the didgeridoo. Again, we'll have that perfect recording as a gift for everyone. And Merissa, just to see you stepping into this wisdom, it is very ancient. You are bringing in many gifts and stepping into your mastery. And you help others do the same. You are quite the goddess warrior. There are personal sessions that you do with people, and you do online courses too. But I want you to share a little bit about what people can expect in a personal session. What goes on?
Oh, yes. So to try to put it as succinctly as possible, what I'm here to do is to help people to find themselves and find their soul. And in my own process of doing that, of awakening, I've discovered a lot of tools and systems that are really amazing and ancient. Some of these are human design. We're looking at, astrology. We're looking at Vedic and Mayan astrology, different kinds of shamanism, Ayurveda. So I've studied so many things throughout my life, which were all tools that I acquired to help me to continue to expand my own self-awareness and my own identity, beyond my ego, and to remember a lot of components of my soul. And so if anyone out there is familiar with human design, I'm a projector. And so projectors have an interesting ability where we're able to actually project ourselves and see others at soul level as an innate ability. And when I was younger, that was very challenging because then it was hard to determine who you were and who the other was, because you're always fixated out and focusing out, and that's how you learn. But I use that ability now in my sessions with people. I'm able to see them and help them and intuitively provide them with tools. And so I'm kind of like a data bank of a lot of systems, kind of, if you will. And I can just, I tune in with the individual, and wherever they're trying to integrate or they have goals or any blockages or any kind of thing, I help them. I help them do that. Everyone has the ability to do this for themselves. And sometimes it's really helpful to have systems and tools that are very ancient, to enable us to go deeper. So that's what I do, is I reflect back, here's some great things that you could do, some multidimensional practices or tools or all kinds of things. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. All right. So thank you. Special offer from Merissa includes a personal session. You can check that out. 1 or 3 sessions there. That's quite a gift, and nice for you to offer that. And so thank you. Also, I want you to share on the Magdalena course as well. How beautiful.
Yeah, so last year I really started to have embodiment experiences with Mary Magdalene, and did a lot of study and meditation and exploration of who she really was. And so I created this beautiful course and it's for women and for men, but it's actually awakening your divine feminine DNA, activating that with the codes that Mary Magdalene and the whole lineage, the priestess lineage of the rose, the very ancient Lemurian order, and it involves Yeshua as well. But that beautiful course is the Awakening Your Divine Feminine DNA through Ascended Master Mary Magdalene. We do a lot of beautiful things through that course with her assistance. It's amazing.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so please check that special offer out. It is available in the description box here on YouTube, or you can check out the item on this webpage that you're viewing this event on or listening to this show. Well, this mastery empowerment course was a sonic experience, and we are vibrating higher and faster than we were when we joined today. So thank you, everyone. Hold this frequency, hold this energy. I want to give you both a moment to close our sacred circle, and we'll say goodbye.
Thank you so much, everybody. And do one more little didge round for you all to seal this and wish you all well.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Loren.
Thank you, Merissa and Christopher. This has been a beautiful, sacred event, and we are united in feeling the oneness, and we feel empowered expressing this great love as New Earth. Thank you both so much, and thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Aloha.
Blessing.
Namaste.